A very good evening. You're joining in with Prime TV News and I'm Tarkana Kulatunga. Let's take a look at today's top stories first. Adverse weather hinders 48,000. 9 deaths are reported. President gets a warm welcome in Seychelles. London is to support Sri Lanka's investments and infrastructure. Vijay Kala is enlarged on bail. Government analyst report confirms that milk packs distributed at the joint opposition protest was not poisoned. In headlines overseas, scientists have issued a stern warning on the risks of rising global temperatures. Moving on to news in detail. First, in local news, the Department of Meteorology has said that the prevailing showery condition is expected to enhance over the island. Landslide threats continue to prevail. 9 deaths have so far been reported following the adverse weather conditions prevailing in the island. 48,000 are hindered by the extreme weather. Said that the prevailing showery condition is expected to enhance over the island during tomorrow, according to Department of Meteorology. Showers or thunder showers will occur over most parts of the island, particularly after 2 p.m. Showers or thunder showers may occur at several places in northern, western and eastern provinces and in Galle, Matara and Kalutara districts in the morning too. Heavy falls, about 100 millimeters, can be expected at some places in the eastern, southern, central, Sabaragamuwa, Uva and western provinces. There may be temporary localized strong winds during thunder showers. The department has called on the public to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by lightning activity. Deputy Director of the Disaster Management Centre Pradeep Kodippili said that the disaster situation which resulted due to the torrential rain experienced day before yesterday is easing. The landslide warning is still effective. These include Badulla, Kalutara, Galle and Kagala districts. He warned residents to be on alert on landslide features. He said that they had received reports of 4 deaths due to the disastrous situation. There had been 3 deaths from Kalutara and 1 death from Galle. The situation in other areas is returning to normality. Meanwhile, large number has been impacted following floods and the earth mound slips reported in many parts of the island as a result of torrential rains. However, it is reported that the disaster situation experienced yesterday was easing. The Disaster Management Centre reported that floodwaters in the Galle district is receding. The Ginganga in the lower part of Dodanguda, Wakpella and Gintota areas in the lower part of Ginganga is at the spill level. More than 8,000 within 131 Grama Niladare divisions in the Galle district are displaced by floodwaters. A 10-year-old child in the LPT area has been washed away by floodwaters. His body has not yet been recovered. LPTA Divisional Secretary SKW Sisira Kumara said that around 500 families in the LPTA Divisional Secretariat Division are hindered by the adverse weather. The Divisional Secretary said that action had been taken to provide them with necessary food. He pointed out that they have been affected following the overflow of the Bentara River and that the floodwaters are receding. Lightning has caused severe damages to about 15 houses along with the heavy downpour in the Akmimana area in Galle. Heavy damage has been inflicted to electric appliances. The damage has not yet been estimated. Our correspondents reported that a considerable rainfall is being received in the northern province. Although low-lying areas were underwater, reports emanating from the north said that the rain was a great relief to the people who had been suffering from dry climatic conditions for a long period. Floodwaters have plagued many areas in the Kalutara district. As a result, the Valipanna interchange had to be closed. However, it has now been reopened. But our reporters mentioned that certain areas are still underwater. In the meantime, the defence sectors have taken initiatives to prevent flooding at the parliamentary complex. The Army headquarters said that soldiers of the 14th Division contributed to this task on the instructions of the Security Force Headquarters Western Command Major General Satya Priyaliyanage. A group comprising 63 members of the army took action to prevent waters reaching the road leading to the parliamentary complex by placing sandbags. Meanwhile, the army contributed to clearing the main Kadugannava-Colombo road that was blocked due to an uprooted large tree. Members of the 8th Sri Lanka Singha Regiment of the 58th Division contributed to this task. President Maithripala Sirisena commenced his two-day state tour of Seychelles this morning. He is visiting Seychelles following an invitation extended to him by Seychelles President Danny Faure. President Maithripala reached the Seychelles International Airport this morning. He was greeted at the airport by a special representatives group of that country, including a senior deputy minister of that country, Maxusi Monden. Among others present at the airport to greet the president were State Secretary on Cabinet and Public Service Mohammed Afif, Chief of the Seychelles Diplomatic Service and Russia's Ambassador to Seychelles Vladimir Belos, Seychelles High Commissioner to Sri Lanka Conrad Medrick, and Sri Lanka's High Commissioner to Seychelles Tikiri Herat Gunatilaga. Seychelles is a developing country with the highest growth in the African region through a systematic development through tourism and fishing. The aim of the President's visit to Seychelles is to achieve new benefits to Sri Lanka by further upgrading the existing relations between the two countries with respect to health, education, tourism, fisheries and maritime security. President Maithripala Sirisena and his Seychelles counterpart Danny Faure are scheduled to have a meeting this evening. Several new memoranda of understanding are due to be signed on this occasion. Parliamentarian Vijayakala Maheshwaran, who was taken into custody, has been released on bail after being produced before the Colombo Chief Magistrates Court today. She was released on a surety bail of 500,000 rupees. Following the inquiries carried out by the Organised Crimes Investigation Division, the parliamentarian was informed to appear at the division. The officer of the police media spokesman said that following her appearance, the Organised Crimes Investigation Division took her into custody. MP Vijayakala Maheshwaran is accused of making a controversial statement on LTTE loyalty during a meeting held in Jaffna. She was taken into custody following the investigations carried out in this respect. The case filed against 4 persons, including former President Mahinda Rajapaksa's Chief of Staff, Gamini Senarath, will be taken up for hearing on a daily basis from the 30th of this month. In the meantime, the case is due to be convened on the 15th of this month. The case filed against 4 persons, including Gamini Senarath, is scheduled to be taken up for hearing daily from the 30th of this month on an order of the First Special High Court at Bar, appointed to take up cases related to large-scale financial fraud and corruption. Accordingly, the first, second, third and fourth witnesses had been issued notices to appear in court on the 30th of this month. Meanwhile, Gamini Senarath as well as the other defendants of this case appeared in the Permanent High Court at Bar today. The other defendants are former Managing Director of the Sri Lanka Insurance Corporation Piyadasa Kudabalage, former Samurdhi Commissioner Neil Bandara Hapuin and Lasantha Bandar. They are accused of committing this financial fraud by illegally investing in the Helenco Hotel Private Company at a sum of 500 million rupees given by Litro Lanka Gas Company to Canwin Holdings Company. The case was taken up today to determine whether the defence party had received the documents related to this case. The Attorney General today informed that the documents had been given to the defence party and only 2 more documents had to be given. The High Court at Bar is slated to convene the case on the 15th of this month to make inquiries in this respect. Attorney General has filed indictments against the defendants under the Public Property Act, the Money Laundering Prevention Act and the Penal Code. 18.5 billion rupees had been allocated on cabinet approval in the year 2012 for a Grand Hyatt Regent Hotel project being constructed under a company affiliated to the Sri Lanka Insurance Corporation. The Financial Criminal Investigations Division carried out an inquiry on a misappropriation incident using 4 billion rupees of this amount for the Hyatt Regent Hotel project in Hambantota. The court has imposed a travel ban on Anti-Corruption Force Operations Director Namal Kumara and former DIG of the Terrorist Investigations Division Nalaka De Silva. The travel ban was imposed on them following an order issued by the Colombo Fort Magistrate Lanka Jayaratna. Submissions were made by the Criminal Investigations Department and the Attorney General's Department to the judiciary earlier on the revelation made by Namal Kumara. It was in this respect that an order was issued for Nalaka De Silva and Namal Kumara to appear in court today. The magistrate also issued instructions to direct the travel ban order imposed on them to the Immigration and Migration Controller. The magistrate also issued the order following a request made by the Criminal Investigations Department from the court. The CID also informed the court that the report on the voice samples had not yet been received. Meanwhile, the CID also informed the court that the government analyst had informed that the related report is ready. The magistrate instructed the CID to direct an officer vested with powers to the Government Analyst Department to get down the report concerned. Orders were also issued to inform the judiciary on the 23rd of this month the progress of the investigations. Anti-Corruption Force Operations Director Namal Kumara had recently held a media briefing and revealed that former DIG of the Terrorist Investigations Division Nalaka De Silva had informed him of a plan to assassinate President Maithripala Sirisena and a group including former Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa. Minister of Finance and Mass Media Mangala Samaravira has said that the aim of the government is to convert the small and medium-scale industrial field and official sector. He said that action is being taken to provide the infrastructure in every manner on behalf of the improvement of that field. The minister made this reference attending a special session of the Asia-Pacific Rural and Agricultural Loan Organization. The minister said that every country has identified that the small and medium-scale industrial sector is an important segment of the economy. The government is in the process of expanding opportunities of securing loan facilities and enhancing market opportunities as well as strengthening value chains linked to small and medium-scale industries. Initiatives have been taken to sort out financial issues encountered by small and medium-scale industrialists under the Enterprises Sri Lanka program, operation under the government's 2025 policy program. The finance minister said that the intention of the government is to minimize unemployment by encouraging young graduates to launch ventures. Relief loan schemes are also operative on behalf of the agricultural sector. Small and medium-scale industrialists are also being enticed to generate solar power. There are also loan schemes to enhance the quality of public transport services and minimize congestion on roads. Minister Mangala Samaravira said that nearly 20,000 applicants have been received for loan schemes introduced by the government. The program, which is operative on behalf of the small and medium-scale sector, will pave the way for the creation of millions of new job opportunities. It will also be an inducement for the country's economy. Problems have arisen due to the granting of irregular microfinance. Measures have been taken to grant a compensation of 100,000 rupees each for a hectare of big onion cultivators in Dambulla, whose crop has been devastated by rain. Massive damage had been inflicted on big onion cultivations in Dambulla due to torrential rain. Minister Mahinda Amaravira issued instructions to officials of the Agricultural and Agrarian Insurance Board to take immediate action to grant compensation for crop damages on these cultivators. The program of granting of free cultivation insurance for 6 main crops commenced from the Yalla season this year on the instructions of the President and with the mediation of the Minister. Accordingly, the Agricultural Ministry took action to pay a sum of 100,000 rupees per hectare for crop damages of farmers cultivating paddy, big onions, chilies, potatoes, maize and soya beans. The allocation made for this purpose is 5,228 million rupees. Chief Executive Officer of the London stock market, David Schwimmer, has said it should be greatly appreciated that Sri Lanka has been able to maintain its economy on a strong foundation despite the various global as well as local obstacles. He assured the willingness of the London stock market to extend future infrastructure and investment in Sri Lanka. Mr. Schwimmer made these references when Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe participated at the opening of today's London stock market. The launch of the London stock market by a special guest on Monday at 8 a.m. is a long-standing tradition. On arrival, the Prime Minister received a warm welcome from the staff of the London stock market. State Minister for Finance and Mass Media Eran Wickramaratne, as well as a group of officials of the Colombo stock market, joined in the occasion. A short film on investment opportunities of the Colombo stock market was screened. Thereafter, transactions in the London stock market commenced. Local technicians had produced the software for all transactions of the London stock market. The main computer operations centre of the London stock market is sited in Sri Lanka, while sub-operations centre is located in London. This outstanding service has come in for acclamation by officials of the London stock market. The Prime Minister said that his aim is to immediately provide the benefits of economic development through its acceleration. And that is it on Prime News for tonight. Thank you for watching. For more updates, visit www.itnnews.lk. Good night.